Good morning students. Hope all of you are doing well. Students, in my last video, I discussed about what is work done and which condition is required for work done and which condition we can say no work is done over there. So, and how to measuring work, what is the unit of work. So those things I have discussed in my last video. Today I will discuss about energy. Before I start what is energy, so at first I want to discuss the check your progress question answer. So you see here student, the first question is that answer the following: what is the amount of work done in pushing a wall? So you know that wall is very hard, and when you so amount of work done you have to find out in pushing a wall. So is the word pushing, so we can understand we are applying a force. So we are applying a force because of that wall is hard, so that there is no displacement, so that's why that amount of work done will be 0. So the first question, the amount of work done in pushing a wall is 0. Now see the question number 2. State the formula used to calculate the work done. So work done equals to force into displacement, and work done is represented by capital W and force is represented by capital F and the displacement is represented by small s. So work done equals to force into displacement. Now question number 3, what is the SI unit of work? The SI unit of work is joule, or you can say it is a Newton meter, because the SI unit of force is Newton and the SI unit of displacement is meter, so the Newton meter, or simply you can say it is joule. Now question number 4, if either of the displacement or the force applied changes, how does the amount of work done get affected? So we know that the relationship is that work done, so work done equals to force into displacement. So that force, that if either of the force or the force either of the displacement or the force applied changes, so if the force is increases, the work done will be increases, because the work done is directly proportional to force and the work done is directly proportional to displacement. So any of these two quantities increases, that the work done is also increases, or any of the two quantities is decreases, the work done will be decreased. So question number 5, a force of 45 Newton displaces a chair by 0.5 meter. What is the amount of work done? So that force equals to 45 Newton and the displacement is 0.5 meter. So work done equals to force into displacement. So instead of force you write down 45 Newton and instead of s you write down 0.5 meter. So it will be 22.5 Newton meter. Okay. Now that second part of this chapter is energy. So students, already I have discussed what is work done. So when a force is applied on an object and the object gets displaced in the direction of the applied force is called work done, or that condition we can say that work is done to be there. So when you do some work, or when you play or work for a long time, you get tired, because this is when you do some work, you get that for do some work we need some energy, and we that energy is used up doing the work. In fact, to do work you need more energy, so we can say that energy is the cause and work is the effect. So when you play or work for a long time you get tired. This is because when you do work, energy in your body gets used up. In fact, to do work you need energy, so we can say that energy is the cause and work is the effect. Thus the work and energy are directly related to each other. That is why we should take proper food. So because we get energy from our food and we work properly. So whenever you take the proper food to get energy and work properly. So for this you can understand that what is the definition of energy. So energy can be defined as the ability or capacity to do work. So now you see that there are the what is the now is the second part is the what is the unit of energy. So there are various units of energy like joule, calorie and arc, but of course that SI unit of energy and joule. So now we can understand the both and work and energy both have the same SI unit, that is joule, and 1 joule equals to 1 newton into 1 meter, or simply you can say it 1 joule equals to 1 newton meter. But other common unit of energy is calorie, and the two units are related as 1 calorie equals to 4.2 joule. So now student you can understand that how that work and energy both are related to each other, and the energy definition is the energy can define as the ability or capacity to do work, and the SI unit of energy is joule, and the others unit are there is a calorie, arc. And what is the relationship with calorie and joule? 1 calorie equals to 4.2 joule. But in nature actually there are we get energy in various forms. So there are very interesting fact about energy, that it can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can only transform from one form to another form. So in nature we get energy in different forms. So today actually we will see there are how many forms are there. So in class 7 already you have learned that about the various forms of energy, that is chemical energy, sound energy, magnetic energy, electrical energy, light energy, nuclear energy, heat energy. So those are the and mechanical energy. So there are many forms of energy. So at first I want to discuss about what is the mechanical energy. So an interesting fact about energy is that it can neither be created nor be destroyed. So energy exists in many different forms. Each of these can be converted from one form to another form. So you see here some common forms of energy are discussed below. So when work is done on a body, another body supplies the force to do the work. For example, when you lift a stone from the ground, so we are applying a force to lift the stone. So your body supplies the force. So that is one of the things, and so you see the first things is that when work is done on a body and another body supplies the force. So work actually done on these things, because we are lifting this stone. So actually these things displaces this place by applying a force. So this body means the you are supplying a force. So you see here that one body is work is done and another body supplies the force to do the work. For example, when you lift a stone from the ground, your body supplies the force which raises the height of the stone from the ground. In doing the work, your body spends some energy. As energy is neither created nor be destroyed, so the sum of the energy spent by your body is gained by the stone. So whatever energy you are applying to lift the stone, the stone also is gained that energy, and the energy possessed by a body due to work done on it is known as mechanical energy. So you know that work is done on a body when the body is displaced. So the energy gained by a body due to its state of motion or due to its position is known as mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is of two types. One is kinetic energy or energy in action, and potential energy or stored energy. These two forms of energy are readily changeable from one form to another form. So now is the question is the what is kinetic energy. So kinetic energy of a body is the energy possessed by a body due to its motion or movement. and all moving things like the running water, moving bus, moving swing, flowing water, moving air. So those are the examples of bodies that possesses kinetic energy. So see here that the child is riding a bicycle, so this is the also example of a kinetic energy. So what is the factor is determine the kinetic energy? The kinetic energy of a moving body depends on its mass and its velocity. The kinetic energy of a body can be measured using the following expression. One is the kinetic energy equals to half of mv square. So you see here the kinetic energy, the expression is half of mv square. Now the question is that what factors depends on the kinetic energy. That you see in expression, that is a m, so it is a mass, and the v is that velocity. So the mass of the body and velocity of the body is the two factors the kinetic energy depends on. So if any of that quantity is changed, the kinetic energy is also will be affected. So mass of the body in kg, and the unit is in kg, SI unit is in kg, and the velocity of the body, the SI unit is meter per second. So the kinetic energy of the body can be measured by using the following expression. Kinetic energy equals to half of mv square. M is the mass of the body and v is the velocity of the body. Now is the question is, from the above relation, it can be concluded that when the velocity is kept constant, a heavier body possesses more kinetic energy, and when the mass is kept constant, a body moving faster possesses greater kinetic energy. Because in this relation, half of mv square, if the mass is constant, now you're thinking about that m is constant, and that body is moving very faster. So which body have a moving very faster, that body's kinetic energy is more. And if you think like that way, that velocity is constant, and which body is heavier, means which body have a more mass or heavy mass, that body's kinetic energy will be greater. Okay, now so the question is that what is the mechanical energy? So the mechanical energy is the energy that possessed by a body due to its motion or position, and in other words you can say it is the energy possessed by a body when it is in motion or it is lifted to a height with respect to the earth's surface. It is further divided into two types. One is kinetic energy and another one is potential energy. And some examples of mechanical energy are a moving ball, a running boy, stretched rubber band, and a stone on a cliff. So those are the examples of a mechanical energy. And what is kinetic energy? So the energy possessed by a body by virtue of its motion is called kinetic energy. The examples are the moving ball, flowing water, a flying bird, a running boy, all possesses kinetic energy. In fact, every moving body possesses kinetic energy. So as the body possesses energy, it is capable of doing work. So when a moving body comes in contact with another body, it sets the motion in the second body or distorts its shape. Okay, so the examples are, so if you move your leg and kick a football, it starts moving. And if you throw a stone lightly on a glass window, it may or may not break, but when you strike the stone hard, that is, it is moving fast, so it definitely breaks the glass. So this is because the first moving stone carries more energy and is capable of doing more work. So if you come in front of a moving bicycle, you get hurt. Why it is? Because this is because the moving bicycle possesses more kinetic energy, and the kinetic energy of a body depends on the following factors. So what factors there depends, already I have discussed. The first of all is the mass of the body. So the kinetic energy of a body is directly proportional to its mass. The heavier an object, the more is the kinetic energy. And the second is the speed of the velocity of the body. So the kinetic energy of the body is also directly proportional to the velocity of the body. This means this fast moving object will have more kinetic energy. Okay, so now here I have also some numerical problems. So as I told you as before, that in this chapter the numerical problem are very important. So how can you solve this type of numerical problem? So expression already you know, the kinetic energy mathematical expression is half of mv square. The example 3, calculate the kinetic energy in the following cases. A motorcycle weighing 200 kg and moving with a velocity of 30 meter per second. And the question number B is that a car weighing 500 kg and moving with a velocity of 20 meter per second. And the question number C is that an object weighing 450 kg moving with a velocity of 15 meter per second. So you see that the different things are given here, and which weighing means is given is weight, but you see that unit is kg, so that is actually the giving the mass is. So actually there is not weight, that is actually mass. So mass is given, it is 200 kg, this is 500 kg, and this is 450 kg, and velocity is also given. And see, one at first you the unit is in both unit is in SI unit, so no need to change anything. You just simply you write down the first question number 1, example number 3. So here actually the mass is given, the first case, here the mass is given. So what it is, mass equals to 200 kg, and the velocity is v equals to 30 meter per second. So mass is represented by small m and velocity is represented by small v. So what will be the kinetic energy? Kinetic energy equals to half of mv square. So half into 200 into 30 square. So after calculation you will get 100 into 900. So this mass joule. Okay, because we know already that what is the unit of energy, that is same of what is the unit of work. So work and energy both unit are same, that is joule. SI unit is joule. So so that will be 90,000 joule. 90,000 joule. 90,000 joule equals to how much? 90 kilojoule. So for the larger unit, that is kilojoule, the unit of energy is kilojoule, or 1 kilojoule equals to 1000 joule. So if you divide it by 1000, that 90,000 will joule converted to 90 kilojoule. Okay, same way you have to solve the second part of this question. Here actually mass is given, that is 500 kg, and the velocity is also given, this is 20 meter per second. So same way you have to find out the kinetic energy, half of mv square. Instead of mass you write down 500, instead of v you write down 20. So after calculation you will get so how much is it? Yes, so 1 lakh joule. 1 lakh joule equals to how much kilojoule? 100 kilojoule. Okay, so now you do the third part of this question number C. So here the mass is given, mass is equal to 450 kg, v equals to 15 meter per second. So kinetic energy equals to half of mv square. So half of 450 into 15 square. So after calculation you will get 50.625 kilojoule. Okay, so like this way you have to solve this question. Now you see the second question, example 4. An object moving with a speed of 35 meter per second has a kinetic energy of 9800 joule. What is the mass of the object? So in this question you see the speed is given and kinetic energy is given. So how can you find out the mass? So that question number 2, example number 4. So at first you write down what is the information given in your question. So given information, at first you write down speed is given, v equals to 35 meter per second, and the kinetic energy is also given, that is 9800 joule. So I want to say something, students. So in this expression, that v is represent, that is a velocity of the body, but this is speed of the body, because velocity is a vector quantity and speed is a scalar quantity, and you know that velocity is always describe the direction, but in this question that is not mentioned any direction. So that's why it is not the velocity, it is speed, because these things already you have learned, what quantity is scalar, what quantity is vector. So that's why I'm telling you some questions. Suppose you will see that that velocity is given, but that is not velocity, if that is actually the speed, but when is the direction is also mentioned in the question. Suppose that in this question the object moving with a velocity of 35 meter per second and towards north direction or towards south direction or towards northeast direction or north southwest direction, so like that things is mentioned in your question, that we can say it is a velocity. But in this question only it is maintains the numerical part, not the direction part, means magnitude only is given but not the direction is mentioned in the question. So that's why we cannot use the term speed, but in this question is okay because it is already is given in speed. But then you see the first question, that is given in velocity, but this is not actually the velocity, this is actually given the speed. So now you see that question, though kinetic energy is also given 9800 joule and mass is velocity is speed is given 35 meter per second. So as we know, kinetic energy equals to half of mv square. So instead of kinetic energy, put the value 9800 joule equals to half of m into 35 square. So now you have to solve the question. So 9800 multiplied by 2 and then 35 into 35. So after calculation you will get it is 60 kg. Okay, so the mass of the object is 16 kg. Okay, now question number 5, that how fast should a body of mass 50 kg run so that its kinetic energy be 625 joule. So now you see the question number 3, example number 5. So that kinetic energy is given, kinetic energy equals to 625 joule and mass is given, that is 50 kg. So what will be that what is the how fast, so how can you find out that body is faster or slower? That is depends on the speed. What speed that body moves. So that things is depend on the speed. So v you have to find out. So as we know, kinetic energy equals to half of mv square. So instead of kinetic energy you write down 625 joule, half of 50 kg into v square. Okay, so now find out what is your v square. 625 into 2 divided by 50 kg. So 5 110. So it will be 5, yes, 125, then 2 25, 2 to cancel out, so 25 meter square and per second square. So now you have to take the root v, because we have to, that is v square equals to 25 meter square per second square, so v equals to root over 25 meter per second, so it will be 5 meter per second. So see, this is 5 meter per second, so that way you have to solve this question. Okay, so hope student you understood how to solve this question, and potential energy, that part I will discuss in my next video. Hope student you understood how to find out that kinetic energy. Suppose the mass is given, velocity is speed is given, so how can you find out the kinetic energy? And some question that kinetic energy is given, speed is given, you have to find out the mass. And some question the mass is given, kinetic energy is given, you have to find out the speed. So this type of 3 types of problem will come in your exam. So whenever you solve it, you please at first you check the unit. At first you check that all those unit is given in which system of unit. Is that in CGS system of unit or is that in SI system of unit? So your first work will be you check the unit and you convert it same system of unit. If that same system of unit is already given in your question, so that one work is over, so no need to do anything, just you write down the given quantities and whatever you have to be calculated, that things you write down and put the write down the formula and put the values on the expression, and then you find out. Okay, and make sure you don't forget to write down the unit, proper unit. Okay, and suppose in question that all those quantities is in different units, so that's your first work will be you have to change in same system of unit and then you move forward. Okay, so hope student you understood. You please do it in your exercise, few questions which are related to kinetic energy. Those questions you please find out and you solve it. And also I'm providing a one question paper or response sheet I will provide you. You please do that. Okay, so thank you students, hope you understand. Bye, take care, have a good day. Bye.